Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome to the answer part of the Cerebrum the Open Quiz. Hope you like the quiz. I've tried to make it as like either you heard those things or you have seen those things. Probably even if you found the quiz to be tough, if you see the answer you will say, oh, this was easy. So here we go with the quiz. The rules were pretty simple, 15 questions and 2 points each, and 12 qualifies for the final. So question number 1, we are looking for a particular part. It was said it is a large outer part of brain, controls reading, thinking, learning, speech, emotion, and planned muscle movements like walking. So what are we talking about? And I said this is question number 1. Obviously, what could be the answer? Indeed, the cerebrum. I remember one of you asking what exactly cerebrum means. So the question number 1 is itself cerebrum. That's why I didn't define what cerebrum is. So it was your work to figure out what cerebrum is. So cerebrum is the answer for the question number 1 of the cerebrum. So cerebrum will give you 2 points. Question number 2, looking for the element that was discovered by Marie Curie. So some of you have written curium, but that's not the correct answer. It was named after Marie Curie and Perry Curie, but the answer is polonium, which was named after Poland, so the birthplace of Marie Curie. So polonium is what I was looking for. I said the first line. First line also contained the word Polish, so from there Poland, and you can say polonium. So polonium is good enough. Moving on to question number 3. So what in 1860s was developed by him? So this was a straightforward image question. uh, this one was a bit tough if you are not able to recognize who is he. So this is indeed the Snellen chart. The scientist is Snellen. So by seeing the picture you can say that, oh, I have seen this. So that's why I said some of you have the experience of using it. So this is Snellen chart, and if you have explained something related to this, like checking the power, you have to see some letters, a box where the letters are, something like that explanation will fetch you only 1 point, and the mentioning of Snellen's chart will fetch you full 2 points. So half points and full points are also there. So this one was a pretty easy question. I said which brand's logo when I said that a pressure ball, you can say, and it was given that with a valve to close it off. When the air was sucked out from inside the hemisphere and the valve was closed, the hose from the pump could be detached and they were held firmly. So something like that, like you, it was very tough to detach those two hemisphere when this was in the experimental thing. So basically the answer is Febicol. So Febicol, instead of horse here the power is the elephant. So Febicol is what I'm looking for. So many of you might have confused with Levis, but Levis also have the same funda, but the thing is that I said the thing that 1959. So first marketed in India in 1959. So that makes this particular answer to be unique, to be only Fevicol, not Levis. So moving to question number 5. So what condition is being talked about, which literally translate to Christ child? So but it happens, it leads, but whenever it happens, it leads to major disruption in the world economics. And it was said that it develops near the coast of Peru and Australia. So what condition is being talked about? This is indeed El Nino. Almost all of you have cracked this answer. So El Nino means Christ child or little boy. So moving on to question number 6. This one was a pretty easy question actually. So which software package are we talking about? Which literally means the word, not exactly the software, but the word literally means a thick white liquid that is produced by some plants and trees, especially rubber trees. So this was a mixed question of computer science as well as biology. So answer is latex. So latex will fetch you full 2 points. So latex. Moving on to question number 7. This one pretty easy question. Pattern diagram of each particular object. You can see the lower diagram gives the idea of a speaker and a microphone, something like that. So this is indeed the telephone receiver and the microphone you can see. So question number 8. So what solution is being talked about? I gave you the clue. If in a science quiz a solution is being talked about, this should be the first guess. And it is said that when the Nazis invaded Denmark in April 1940, the Hungarian chemist George de Hevesi put the Nobel Medal of Max and James. So the answer is indeed aquaregia. So nitric acid in 3 proportion and hydrochloric acid in 1 proportion, that will make aquaregia. So aquaregia, full 2 points. Moving on to question number 9. So what does this particular structure which supplies an astronaut with oxygen and communication and also keeps him connected and tethered to the spacecraft during the spacewalk? So what it is named aimed, which is after physical feature found in many mammals. So this is indeed umbilical cord. So umbilical cord, good enough. So umbilical cord is the cord basically which connects the baby from the mother, and it gets the food and the nutrition from the mother's body through umbilical cord. For placenta there is no point, since the answer is umbilical cord. The structure in the astronaut's gear is umbilical cord. The answer is only umbilical cord. No points for placenta. And I would say placenta was a very good guess, but no points for that. Question number 10. Identify him and also state after which particular announcement last year he was in news. I said the please think about the most famous announcement in the science field, and the most famous announcement in a year in the science field is obviously the Nobel Prizes, and the answer is Amal Rai Chaudhary, the Rai Chaudhary equation in the general relativity. So after Dr. Penrose was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics, so this professor came into limelight. So moving on to question number 11. So I said think something 18 plus can relate, but I said don't think in a wrong way. So this is silver nitrate, and I said the industrial standard of something contains 10 or 14 or 18% of this solution. So what exactly is this? So this is indeed the indelible ink or the voting ink. So voting ink, indelible ink, good enough. So the voting age is 18, and if you are 18 plus you get to vote, and this is the thing which contains the 10 or 14 or 18% of silver nitrate. Moving on to question number 12. It is like dash baby is a baby born after a miscarriage, stillborn, or neonatal death, and there was a pretty obvious in that it is called so because it is like dash after a storm. So it is dash like after a storm, something beautiful. So what beautiful thing comes into your mind when we talk that this particular thing happens after a storm? So the answer is rainbow. So these are called the rainbow babies. So rainbow baby, good enough. A beautiful thing after storm, rainbow. Moving on to question number 13. What it is called in Malayalam? So this flower, which is called halkusha in Bengali, goldura in Punjabi. If you see carefully that it is called thumbai in Tamil and thummi in Telugu. So it was pretty obvious from there only that this is Thumba, so known for its rocket launches. So if you don't know what Thumba is or which place is Thumba, please Google it and check out what Thumba is. So, known for its rocket launches. Moving on to question number 14. So, which structure is being talked about? 3.5-ton structure stands on 3-ton base. I said this is not for beautification purpose, but it has a totally scientific reason for why it is what it is doing there. So, this is indeed Victoria Memorial's dome, or you can say that particular structure, Victoria. So that acts like a lightning conductor. That's not for beautification. If you ever visited Kolkata, obviously you would visit Victoria Memorial, and the structure above the dome is not just for beautification, but for it acts as a lightning conductor. Moving on to question number 15, which was the last question. So, who is the inventor? Padma Shri. So, he was determined to continue with building machine, and he built lots of machines and also got lots of patent under his name. So, the answer is Uddhav Bharali. Uddhav Bharali, full 2 points. So, that's all from Cerebrum. Thank you for participating in the quiz. So wait for the results. So answers are already here. So wait for the results. Thank you for participating. And if you haven't subscribed the channel, do subscribe the channel. Over and out.